So in a sound system, components, we have what we call input devices. So what do you want to mix, right? I want to mix a guitar and a keyboard and a singer and drums, right? So what are the input devices you have? You can have microphones. You use these microphones. I'll share these slides, Ivana. I'll share it with you guys. It will be on the group, right? So we use microphones to pick up the signals, right? So we have to collect the signals to mix it and then to reproduce it, right? That could be through microphones. We use that for things that talk, that produce music, violin, acoustic guitar that doesn't have an internal pickup. That's one category. The other category are instruments that generate the signal inside. So this could be keyboards, could be electric guitars, could be anything that get plugged to electricity, it can't carry a signal without microphone, right? Because it's generated by the circuits inside. And then it could be other output devices. يعني ممكن يبقى computer streaming، ممكن يبقى video system. mixer is mixer زي الخلاط، كويس؟ بتحط التلج، بتحط الفروتس، بتحط شوية ايس كريم، شوية لبن to mix a smoothie, right? We do a better job in the sound system, but at least I hope. Microphones, very important, right? Microphones, احنا شفنا الديزاين بتاعها ازاي. There are different types of microphone. This is not the only way actually microphones generate electricity, but this is the most common one, which I explained to you, and it's called dynamic microphone, which is these ones. There are two other types, one called condenser, one called ribbon microphones, and there are different types of microphones, but this is way the more common. You want to add something?
Condenser.
Condenser microphones, but condenser, regardless of that, you end up with a signal in this cable. It doesn't matter what type of microphone. So, and the importance of microphone, so there are certain more important characteristics of the microphone rather than how they generate just the signal, which is what we call the polar pattern. Has anyone heard about what's called polar pattern? Ashraf. قول ايه طيب قول ايه بترفع ايدك بالظبط فالبولار باترن dictates more or less لو انا اتكلمت كده الو 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 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 you understand what I mean? So the polar pattern dictates where the microphone capsule is picking up the signal of the voice from, right? Usually this is a polar, and there are different types of polar pattern. The most famous one is called cardioid, but there are different types. So there is something called omnidirectional, meaning that if I speak here and I speak here, it actually produces the same sound, you see, but here you don't hear anything because I'm talking. This is a cardioid mic, so it is the pink one on the right. So it takes the signal from the front, and then the signal is much less sensitive on the back. There's another one which is not, which is famous but not as much. It's called the supercardioid, which is the blue one. So this one, like this, takes the signal from just the front. This one picks the signal from the front like this one, but if you see about, and it has more of a dead point in here. You see these ones? So if you look at this angle here and this angle here, we call this more back rejection from this angle. حد عارف دي بستخدمها في ايه؟ I know that you probably don't know. زمان احنا قبل ما يبقى فيه in-ear monitors, we always use this one. And if you think about it, the angle design of this speaker in relation to the microphone actually exactly meant to address this point. So intentionally, the supercardioid microphones has more front projection and rear rejection from these angles. And this is where we used to put our monitors. Nowadays, they are less used and we are used more in ear monitors, but they are still, متهيألي ال SM 50 the whole condenser is supercardioid. I can't remember.
It's a cardioid, but it's a beta. It's a stronger pickup.
Yeah. مش مهم قوي بس the point انه if you look at the difference between this one and this one there are two differences. This one has, if you look at this angle and this angle, right? This one has more sensitivity to this angle, right? Compared to this one. So this one has a dead point. Yani if I do the same exercise here, it will go dead in here and then go back here to a little extent. This one completely rejects the back. This one more rejects the sides, these angles. And this is used for monitor placement. Which, otherwise, if this sound, if I talk here and my voice comes in here and it bounces back to the microphone, you get a loop back, you get a feedback. But it is for feedback rejection. What I'm saying is less important now. ليه؟ علشان احنا it's all moving towards in-ear monitoring. فالimpact of wedge يعني بنسموها wedges أو floor monitors. We use it less and less and less. بس لو for example if you are in a big audio setup والmusician قال لك لا أنا عاوز بقى wedge monitor هتحط له wedge monitor بس لما تيجي تختار الميكروفون بتاعه تختار له إيه؟ super cardioid rather than cardioid. لأنه it will give you less headaches for the feedback. فاهمين قصدي ايه؟ This is a bit too technical. فانا عارف ان يعني لو ما فهمتهاش it's not a big deal. بس انا قصدي again tools to utilize when you face a problem. حاطط الميكروفون هنا وهو مصر ان انا صوته يبقى عالي في المونيتور. Could be simple solution is to change the angle and or change the microphone to super cardioid. لانه السوبر cardioid is more blind to this angle. Think about it this way. كل دي cardioid. All of these are cardioid. هذا السبب لان احنا ما بنستخدمش المونيتورز ده. الشوت جان ده بيستخدموه في الفيديو شوتينج في الفيديو ريكوردينج. It actually has it's very directional. عارف انت اللي بيستخدموها في النيتشر وحاجه زي كده لما بيصوروا انيمالز وبيصوروا حاجات اوت دور you don't وفي عربيات ماشيه ومش عارف حاجه هم عايزين انا بصور مريان او عايز الصوت بتاع مريان ف it's very directive.
فاكرين الصوره اللي it has the golden thing? The golden in the microphone. So the more sensitive the microphone, like a ribbon, it's easily can damage because if I blow into it or anything, it can damage. The shotgun microphone has very sensitive but very stronger, so it can pick up somebody who's walking at the door. That's why when you can hear steps and that's.
بالضبط. It's used in different yes yeah it's used برضه لو أنا مثلا one of the things that أنا في mix if you want to get the congregation voice and again because it's very directive it has good isolation from anywhere else. فأنا ممكن if I direct it to this actually مش هتسمع سامح. يعني they are very direct, very sensitive but they're like shotgun. فاهمين قصدي؟ That's why that's how the name came in. This is another example. So this is one of the short document. Shure has, most of the big companies had excellent documents online that I think, JP, I sent you one. But if you want to learn resources, كل الكلام بقوله ده is, يعني there are even more than it if you want to learn more online. But more or less, these are some diagrams exactly reflect the same thing in a 3D format. So that's omnidirectional. It hears, so this is the center. It hears from all over the microphone, same cardioid. Super cardioid, so it has this rejection angle. And the bidirectional is when it only listens to the left and right. These are usually stereo microphones. لما بحطها كده, it actually listens to what's coming here, doesn't listen to this axis. Huh?